person died and several others were left injured after a public service vehicle they were traveling in rolled several times and landed in a ditch. The Saturday night accident along the Miruka-Kisumu road is said to have occurred when the driver of the vehicle lost control at a sharp bend. KTN's Edith Kimani with the details.
These mangled vehicle parts are all that remain of what was, until Saturday evening, a 14-seater matatu. The matatu was ferrying students of St. James, Ichuni from the Nyanza Provincial Music Festivals when it rolled, landing into a ditch. The driver is said to have lost control when he approached a sharp bend in the road, causing the accident which claimed one life.
As he was negotiating that corner, he was not able to fully take control of the vehicle, whereby the vehicle veered off the road, landing on the left side of the road.
20 students were later rushed to Kisii Level 5 Hospital with different injuries. Hospital Medical Superintendent Dr. Geoffrey Otomu, however, confirmed that 15 of those injured have already been discharged. The number of accidents appears to be on the rise. On Saturday, one student was killed when the bus they were traveling in veered off the road in Bonje along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway, the same spot where another accident between a lorry and a matatu claimed the lives of 14 people earlier this month. Edith Kimani, KTN, Sunday night.
Let's go to the counties, and from the counties tonight, a guard is found murdered in outside his house in Eldoret town, while in Kiambu, the body of a woman who went missing 3 days ago is found in a borehole. These stories and more up next.
A 36-year-old man identified as Titus Oridi was found dead outside his rental house in Hawaii Estate in Eldoret Town in Uasin Gishu County. The man, who works as a night guard at a private residence, is suspected to have suffered serious head injuries. In Kiambu, the body of a 62-year-old woman was found in a borehole days after she was reported missing. The husband to the deceased, Ruben Njuguna Kimani, said his wife disappeared on Friday. The body was moved to the Kiambu mortuary for postmortem. In Mombasa, Muslim leaders drawn from all the 47 counties across the country have resolved to use their positions and religious influence to promote peace in the country during elections. The Muslims Union, in conjunction with the Council of Imams, has called on the government to beef up security in the country. Elsewhere, workers at a flower farm in Naivasha protested outside a venue of a meeting convened by KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli after they were barred from accessing the venue. Atwoli later on addressed the workers, condemning farm owners for exploiting their workers while they make millions in profit. In Githunguri, a bid to elect a new Fresher Dairies Farmers Association area representative hit a snag after the contestants failed to meet qualifications spelled in the association's constitution. The elections were cancelled following allegations of voter bribery. And finally, the French government has no intention to issue a travel advisory to its citizens against visiting Mombasa. However, the French ambassador to Kenya, Etienne de Ponsoir, observed that a travel advisory by its government against Lamu and North-Eastern Province remains in force.
Well, tonight being Sunday, of course, our feature is Auto World, and coming up, Betty Kielo has been on a motorbike. She's been in a Probox.
I'm telling you, she has actually driven the Evoque, there's the Range Rover, and I guess now she has quite a lot for us tonight.
Well, she's high. That's all I can say. Coming up shortly.
Wanawake wengi barani Afrika wanaendelea kugundua sabuni ya Ariel.
Majina naitwa Masi Kagweria Geshuru niko na kazi ya mkahawa. Kwa kweli usafi ni kitu ya maana katika biashara yoyote. Bila usafi upati wateja. Ukipata uchafu hauko sawa. Hizo sabuni zingine hapana. Experience ya kufua ilikuwa kazi ngumu. Unaosha nguo, sabuni ya Ariel ikatokea. Kwa kweli sijabadilisha kutumia hiyo sabuni.
Ariel mpya hupenya ndani zaidi na kuondoa madoa sugu kwa mwosho mmoja.
Kwa mwosho mmoja hiyo nguo itakuwa imekuwa safi. Kwa kweli nikivaa zile nguo kila mtu anaridhika. Mama, umetumia nini? Kwa kusema kweli Ariel itanisaidia kuimarisha biashara.
Ariel, mng'aro wa ajabu kwa mwosho mmoja.
I will pray for all the people of this land. I will hold them close to me. Hey, yeah, yeah. All I need is a here right here in Africa. Share to Sakimbe, oh, here in Africa. All I need is a here right here in Africa. To give my seas, oh, start me, Africa.
Drops of rain bring with them a wave of joy. There is a scent of victory in the air, sound of laughter. And along with this, they also bring fever, cold, and stomachache.
When playing in the rain, kids come in contact with germs, which causes illnesses. That's why a bath with Dettol every day gives 24 hours non-stop protection against germs.
So as to protect our kids even when they play in the rain. Dettol, be 100% sure.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm 14 years old and I'm in Form 1. I love playing basketball. I want to be a pediatrician. The reason I want to be a pediatrician is because I love helping children. BIC is my choice because I need it to write my future.
Think big, write big.
African dishes in association with Golden Fry. How to prepare mahamri. Ingredients: 3 cups all-purpose flour, 1 level teaspoon dry yeast, 1 tablespoon Bidis margarine, 1 egg, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 cup coconut milk, half a cup milk optional, 1 teaspoon cardamom powder, Golden Fry oil for frying. Instructions: in a glass bowl, mix the eggs, milk, Bidis margarine, coconut milk, cardamom and sugar until smooth. In the mixture, add the flour and knead into smooth and elastic dough. Divide the dough into 4 portions, then set aside covered with a kitchen cloth and leave in a warm place to rest for 1 to 2 hours. If the dough is not elastic enough, add some all-purpose flour. After 1 to 2 hours, lightly knead the dough well and roll out, rolling in one direction to half an inch thick. Cut into triangle shapes. In a deep frying pan, heat the Golden Fry oil. Once hot, deep fry the triangular shaped dough until golden brown on both sides. Drain on kitchen paper, sprinkle lightly with icing sugar, then serve.
Golden Fry. Fries more, lasts longer.
That's right. Yeah, I wanna say, where have you been all my life? Where have you been all my life? Where have you been all my life? Stay young, do milk, stay young, do milk.
Escape to a world of freshness. Indulge in fragrance. This is a life full of
Habari njema kwa Wakenya wote kuhusu tume mpya ya uchaguzi isiyoegemea upande wowote.
IEBC, your vote, your future.
Welcome back. You're watching KTN Sunday Night.
Now, of all the species in the animal kingdom, did you know that the chimpanzee is the closest biologically to the human race? That similarities between humans and chimpanzees amount to a whole 98%.
Well, this and much more we found out when KTN visited the Olpejeta Chimpanzee Conservancy in Laikipia, where 42 chimpanzees are being kept, having been rescued from Central and West African countries where they find themselves on dinner tables or kept for amusement.
Well, this whole 98% similarity between humans and chimpanzees I don't buy it, but KTN's Culinary does, and she spent the afternoon with the chimpanzees. She brings us this story.
Watching these chimpanzees are the only chimpanzee sanctuary in Kenya in Olpejeta, Laikipia, and we are amazed at how affectionate they seem towards their offspring. A warm cuddle here and a light kiss there shocks us that animals are capable of such intense emotions as human beings. It is then that we are informed by their keepers that biologically there is a 98% similarity between us humans and chimpanzees.
Ni wanyama ambao wamekaribia binadamu sana. Kwa vile ile chembechembe za DNA tuna share 98.6, just one different chromosome. Kila mtu anamwangalia mtoto, ni jukumu la kila mmoja ambao ako katika lile kundi, sio mama peke yake. Ingawa mama huwa kubali mtoto kuguzwa na mwingine until amefikisha mwaka mmoja.
There are 42 chimpanzees being taken care of here. Most were rescued from other countries, mostly in Central and West Africa, where they are slaughtered for meat or held in cages as sources for amusement. Meet 32-year-old Poco the chimp. We see him walking on his hind legs, yet chimpanzees walk on all fours. We are told Poco was held in a small cage and forced to stand upright until his muscles changed. Such cruelty is condemned.
Watano walipatikana hapa Jomo Kenyatta Airport wakisafirishwa na mama mmoja kutoka Nigeria akienda kuwauza pale Egypt.
We are told they are highly intelligent creatures. They come to this fence at 3 p.m. daily for grooming, and after an hour or so they go back to their house built here in the clump of trees at Olpejeta. They need extra care as they were rescued from tough conditions.
Tuna wafeed kwa ile nyumba ku make sure kila mmoja amepata chakula. Ukiangalia maeneo yetu ya Laikipia, usiku, wakati wa usiku kuna baridi zaidi kuliko mchana, ambao mchana kuna joto zaidi.
Besides being protected, they also boost tourism as visitors flock here to view them.
Inatubidi kuwapa chakula ambao ni aina yote ya matunda na vitu kama mboga mboga ambazo ni cabbages, sukuma wiki, carrots na nyanya hivi. Vile vile tunaongezea njugu ama peanuts. Na hapo jioni wanapikiwa ugali na tunatia mayai ndani kuwapa proteins. Hii ni si kumaanisha kuwa chimpanzee watumii nyama.
This is one of the 8 sanctuaries that was started by the famous zoologist Jane Goodall, her work renowned for chimpanzee care. Culinary for KTN in Laikipia.
98% similarity between me and that thing. Well, seems a bit intelligent, but if you get a time, it's good enough for you to go to Olpejeta and visit some of your relatives. Social networking, or social media, has crept into our lives like no other technology, and the technological revolution in the recent past. The social media revolution has completely transformed how we live our lives. In this same context, newsrooms have felt the impact of social media on facets of news processing, production, and broadcast. And as KTN's Joy Doreen Bira puts it, yes, it's a miracle in disguise. She engaged traditional media practitioners on the new tools platform.
Now, more than ever, people are using Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and other social media sites to find out what's happening in the world, giving traditional news outlets massive competition. Traditional media has been revamped into technology-savvy houses with news circulation. The impact that social media has had on the news industry, particularly news distribution, cannot go unnoticed. People online now more than ever are reading, monitoring, and most importantly sharing news on their devices with their Facebook and Twitter accounts and with countless other social media digital tools. Social media has undeniably revolutionized the newsroom in various ways, and evidence to that is Standard Group.
Traditionally, it was the journalist goes out to collect the story, puts it out through the medium and sends it to the audience. And today, there's no clear-cut process where it starts, because the first tweet about an accident, about a plane crash, comes from the person traditionally considered an audience.
Television, radio, and print newsrooms have not remained the same since the social media revolution.
Social media has really worked well for those of us in the trade of business journalism, because we are able to pick what that is happening somewhere that we are not there and use that information now to develop a bigger news that we use to educate or influence the decisions that are happening in the country.
Most of the stories that we run now are basically generated or driven through the social media by the way we would say gauge them and know what they want.
Social media has contributed to our popularity out there. It has contributed to our feedback. It's that link, it's that link of me being behind the desk and the other person being on the other side of the line. I get to know what they're thinking. I get to know what kind of stories they like to read.
For the years social media platforms have been in existence, newsrooms without a doubt have a duty to draw the line between professional and ethic broadcasts, prints, and postings with factual information to that from citizen journalists.
A person who is not grounded well in journalism or broadcast training cannot send you pictures that you can use, without editing, without a caveat to it. So they have the one aspect of alerting us of what has happened. But we have the owners as journalists who are trained to engage in ethics. That do we publish this? Where are the border marks? What do we allow the public to watch? What do we allow the public to see?
The print media that is perceived to be the most affected by the entrance of social media tools and networks seems to have devised means to remain relevant to her readership.
Early on, our readership was older, so they were online. They were gradually about 45 and above. But in the last 4 or 5 months, I'm getting very young guys who are 18, 19 to 25 commenting, giving us feedback, which means we're reaching a younger audience. And I could say my father, who is 76, reads Crazy Monday, and my son, who is 12, reads Crazy Monday. So I think we are sort of sweeping the whole crowd.
Social media's popularity is predicted on sharing content and data. In fact, 30 million pieces of content, for instance, were shared across social media platforms in the year 2010 across the globe. But what could the challenge be with social media in newsrooms?
The biggest challenge I think newsrooms face today is when you have cases of litigation arising out of pictures, out of stories tweeted through your platform. And this could be just an omission.
If you make a mistake, that you give wrong figures, that you go to market with information that is right, then what is predominantly called around here Kenyans on Twitter will be on your case. So it gives you that element that you must always be precise, you must be factual, and at all times you must be on point with the kind of news or information you are delivering.
Averagely, social media respondents use media tools more than 2 hours per day, which means 1 in 3 people that use social media tools are following, sharing, posting, or reading news and information from news sources. So how are broadcast and print newsrooms taking advantage of this energetic generation?
We have two sorts of audiences, the guys in the village and the urban crowd. The urban crowd is with it. They are tweeting, they're on Facebook, and you have to be you have to be in touch with them. And by crawling around, you know what works, what doesn't.
Are you a journalist and desire to venture into news reporting and broadcast? Here's a message for you.
In fact, in the media houses today, if you come for an interview and ask you for your Twitter account, I want to see how many tweets you've done. I want to see how you tweet, because I'll use that to assess whether you're a good journalist or not.
I think now every editor has to crawl on social media. You want to go on Facebook, to go on Twitter. They know what's happening, know what guys want, so to keep in touch.
Newsrooms such as the Standard Group have dedicated an entire online department to specifically satisfy the growing audience that since the evolution of social media has created higher demand for knowledge, allowing many a Kenyan surf the internet and connect with the rest of the world through news sources. Joy Doreen Bira for KTN in Nairobi.
Well, our Twitter handle is @KTN Kenya. It's that time again when we bring you Kenya's premier motoring segment, Auto World. Tonight, KTN's Betty Kello takes us to the skies. Look at this.
Tonight, we're taking things a notch higher. Actually, we're taking things way up. This is the Robinson R44 Raven 2. Now you might be wondering, why would Autoworld feature a helicopter? Well, I'll give you two reasons. The first one, this helicopter has an engine, and Autoworld is all about engines. Second of all, because we can. They are special because they are small in nature. They are flexible, can take off and land virtually anywhere, anytime. It's for this reason that VIPs and celebrities all over the world chase the paper to own at least one as a matter of status or convenience. Let's start with the celebrities. Angelina Jolie is a pilot who started flying in 2005. Her airborne ride comes complete with a parachute that can carry the whole airline to safety. And oh, she flies barefoot. The story goes on that 75-year-old Morgan Freeman was in the Air Force as a mechanic. He now owns 2 air riders. Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, Clint Eastwood also own a few numbers in the sky. Environmental groups have, however, nicknamed Cruise Emissions Impossible, as a celebrated actor has 4 planes that he uses as family minivans for shopping sprees, and rumor has it that he used a jet to pick up groceries. To own at least one of these would cost you at least 40 million shillings. I set out to know more about this airborne fascination. The Robinson R44 helicopter. This machine boasts of a 6-cylinder engine whose capacity stands at 5,500 cc. Its top speed is 120 knots, or in simple terms, 200 kilometers per hour. Talking of performance, the Raven helicopter has a rating of 245 brake horsepower during takeoff and 205 brake horsepower when airborne. The full tank for this heli is about 180 liters. With all this knowledge that was passed by my pilot of the day, Alistair Lelwyn, it was time to fly. Despite being nervous, I got my adrenaline kick and set out on a journey to the beautiful landscape of the Rift Valley. The instrument panel, which would be referred to as the dashboard in motoring language, is full of gizmos. They include an altimeter that shows you how high you are above the ground, the vertical speed indicator that shows you the rate of ascending and descending, the manifold air pressure gauge which shows how much power you have, a transponder which sends out signals alerting any aircraft around it of its presence to avoid air collision. The good thing about helicopters is that they are fast and can get to the destination in just a few minutes. The scenery from above was just nothing short of breathtaking. One of my major concerns was what would happen if something went wrong, and to answer me, my pilot Alistair decided to assume an emergency landing in the middle of the Rift Valley. In a few minutes we were back on and we continued with our flight back. Helicopters are used for, among other things, the little pleasures in life. Stress-free traveling, which means avoiding the long, boring traffic queues. Well, Dick Appeal from Helicopter Charters East Africa, the company that owns the Robinson R44, says that some of their clientele include visitors who jet into the country and want to fly to the city center for meetings.
You could fly up to the Ngong Hills if the weather is clear and sunny. You could go get the viewpoint, land, and maybe propose to your loved one there, or just if you want to give someone a surprise, yeah? A treat of a lifetime. Half an hour's ride on the chopper, you're able to offer that.
However, all this is for a cost. 1 hour in the heli would cost you about 75,000 shillings. Safety remains one of the biggest concerns among people who want a helicopter ride. Alistair, an experienced and long-serving pilot, tells me that when it comes to a safe takeoff and landing, a number of issues come to play.
Generally, as a pilot, you tend to focus not on what can go wrong, but what is going right. Like with any vehicle, you can obviously, the worst that can go wrong is easily imaginable. But that also comes down to the training of the pilot and the ability of the pilot to recognize those situations as early as possible and to avoid them.
Helicopters remain to be a flexible way of traveling, though some mishaps can lead to crashes. If everything is done right, being airborne is one of the best and convenient ways to travel. For Autoworld, my name is Betty Kialo.
Across Africa. Insurance, investment management, property investment, and financial advisory. UAP. Better, simple life.
Everything is perfect, except my hair. It breaks, it can't grow. Don't stress, you can reduce breakage.
With new Dark and Lovely Anti-Breakage Oil Moisturizer.
My hair was bad news. Now with 10 times less breakage. Wow, 10! My hair fights back and strong means sleek, beautiful hair. Try it, your comb won't lie. Look who's back. And look who's got great hair. No wigs are just for fun.
New Anti-Breakage Oil Moisturizer.
We are Dark and Lovely.
It takes 1 second to enter, 1 second to come out of hiding, and 1 second to attack you.
Mosquito bites cause malaria.
1 second to infect you.
Not anymore. Now I won't give any of you even 1 second.
New Mortin Doom Power Guard.
Mortin Doom!
Morting Doom Power Guard with new scientifically proven powerful formula not only kills faster but also longer by killing mosquitoes that surface later, and it keeps killing for up to 1 week.
Even 1 second counts when it's my family's protection.
Come on, they're asleep. New Morting Doom Power Guard. Nothing kills faster and keeps killing for longer.
Every year, 15,000 women die as a result of pregnancy and child-related issues in Kenya. The statistics are just staggering. 5 out of every 100 children will not reach their first birthday. And for this reason, Philips Healthcare Africa and KTN are brought together, Saving Mother and Child, to discuss the way forward.
Herbal Betasil medicated lozenges. Fast, effective, and soothing action for sore throats.
A sore throat can be so uncomfortable and just makes you miserable, making swallowing painful, talking a bother, and even singing stressful. When you have a sore throat, take it easy. Ensure you take plenty of fluids, and remember, always, when symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Now introducing 2 new Betasil flavors, Betasil Menthol and Betasil Peppermint.
It has been happening in Nairobi, but Omera, this time round, it is coming in Kisumu. I'm talking about Rumba Night with Radio Maisa. It's going to be on Jumatano, or if you want to call it Wednesday, inside Signature Hotel Omera. Not forgetting one and the only one. The grand DJ Mato Zibor will be bringing his things. Also, presenters kama watangazaji watakuwa ndani. Omera yao Kisumu that day. Yatiwa itakuwa moto kama pasi. Ukikosa watakucheka. Okay.
Gold Rush in association with Kenya's migration to digital television.
The red singlets of Kenya are relentless foot soldiers. The greatest endurance nation of the modern Olympics has a stunning list of current gold medal prospects. Here's just some of them. But while the Kenyan men have been growing ever stronger, a new power has risen in athletics: the Kenyan women. Heading an imposing list is Vivian Cheriot. Cheriot was the Laureate Sportswoman of the Year for 2011, after winning the 5,000 metres and the 10,000 metres double at the World Championships.
I don't imagine that I'm going to leave this life, but thank you so much, because I know you are the one who chosen me today to be a winner. Thank you so much.
The nation on the equator showed the world its running power, with 6 gold medals in Beijing. They were followed by 7 more at the World Championships in Daegu. Even back then, they were already talking London.
I don't plan about London, but I hope it will come. You know, I cannot plan something which is ahead next year, but I hope my body will be the same next year, and I'm going to try my best, because that is the main medal that I don't have in championships.
I'm looking forward to racing next year in London Olympic Games. That's my motivation to race again next year.
800-metre world champion and world record holder David Rudisha will be one of the faces of the London Games.
It's time to migrate your analog TV to the beautiful new world of digital television. Digital TV, a beautiful new world of entertainment.
Pata ukweli wa mtambo wako leo. The dangers of using counterfeit phones. Counterfeit phones do not follow safety standards during their manufacture, and their use could affect your health. Counterfeit phones are impossible to trace if stolen and difficult for law enforcement agents to track down if used for criminal activities.
Dial *#06# to retrieve the 15-digit IMEI number and send an SMS with that number to 155. Pata ukweli wa mtambo wako leo.
My name is Mark Juma Tambo.
All counterfeit mobile phones will be switched off by September 30th this year.
Natural beer, sugar-free, truly Kenyan. From the most stylish of streets to the roughest of roads, from the town by day to the country at night.
The Nissan Navara Double Curb is one of the unique pickups in the market. One of the features that distinguish the Navara from the rest of the Nissan off-road family is its powerful 2.5-liter common rail turbo engine with outstanding fuel efficiency. The Navara has a sleek yet tough appearance. Everything about the Nissan Navara exterior exudes power and confidence. It is an ideal vehicle for individual, senior managers, tradesmen and construction. All those with an off-road lifestyle that want to stand out.
Nani kama Nissan?
Welcome back. You're watching KTN.